Welcome to Tule Lake National Monument. In the Park Visitor Center, I was able to find this huge list of people who served in wars and were also served at Tule Lake, and I was able to find 5 possible people I might be related to, which I think is actually pretty cool. Tule Lake National Monument is located in Northern California, and it is pretty spread apart. There are 2 main parts to the park, the relocation area and the campsite. We visited a relocation center while we were there, and yeah. And up next, I'm going to be showing a replication of the tag they'd give to families to never separate them. On February 19th, 1942, President Roosevelt signed an Executive Order 9066. This authorized the Secretary of War to designate certain areas as military zones. This led to the emergency evacuation of people of Japanese ancestry who were from Washington, Oregon, California, and Arkansas. The head of households were to report to civil control stations where they received family numbers and tags similar to the one I just showed. They would wear these tags as they were being transferred from one of 10 war relocation areas where some would stay until 1946. Tule Lake was the largest out of the 10 because back in the 1940s, they sent out a questionnaire asking people of Japanese descent if they would be loyal to the United States, and if they said no, they'd be sent to Tule Lake because they were thought to be spies of Japan and more loyal to Japan, even though most of them were American-born. Like I mentioned, Tule Lake is one of the 10 relocation centers found within the United States. It was the largest out of the 10. And was also known as the jail. Now, don't think these Japanese internment camps were bad at all. They weren't as bad as the German concentration camps, but they still were pretty horrible because they had horrible living conditions. But they still were able to have jobs within the camp. People in the camp even had jobs like construction workers, bakers, and all sorts of other jobs that a normal community would have. But as you can see here, this is where a lot of the camp was located, and this was kind of the central location, which we were able to see because of the ranger here. As you can see here is a map of the camp. You can see the barracks there. It was very large. Like I said, it was the largest out of the 10. Next, we visited the Tule Lake jail, which is currently off limits to the public, but you can get a tour, which are free, to visit it. Which there's actually a story. So basically, some dude was basically told to build a jail, one of the construction workers, and he said, when he was told to build a jail, he was like, "A jail? We already live in a jail." The reason the jail is still around today is that it was built out of concrete and steel, unlike the other buildings which were made out of poor concrete and wood. Inside the jail, there were only a few accounts of people being in here, but they made it as uncomfortable as they could. But it was very interesting to hear the ranger talk about all of the things that happened within the jail. It was actually really quite interesting how they built the jail and seeing all the different cells and being in them. As you can see, there are some graffiti on the walls from the Japanese Americans who were imprisoned here, and most of them were writing about how terrible it was here.